Hi, I'm Susan. Welcome to my home and studio at Windy Acre Cottage. It's a 100-year-old craftsman cottage where I love to paint and garden and entertain and care for all my wonderful fur babies, both those that are adopted and all the little fosters. It's also my home base for many fun adventures of the art, history, and gardening kind. Good morning. Today I'm tucked in my cozy little cottage. It's freezing outside and ice storms expected, and I'm looking at my latest painting. It all started back a few days ago on my birthday when some students and friends of mine decided to enjoy opening day at the Frist in Nashville and experience the Picasso figures exhibit. I'm not typically a fan of Picasso. I don't really understand him, but I was excited to have an outing, which is something I don't do very much these days with the pandemic and all. And I always knew I'd learn something, so why not go with the sense of adventure and curiosity and see what you might discover. So that's what we did. And I did learn a lot. One of the things that really jumped out at me was Picasso's sense of self and authenticity. And you can see it actually evolve over the course of his career. He started out basically painting like Raphael and ended up as Picasso. And he had to grow into himself or grow in his courage to be himself. But you can see throughout the exhibit how it goes from shades of his wackiness and whimsy to being just full out Picasso. There's no other way to describe it. But there was this one little painting from 1918 that really caught my attention, and it's probably one of his earlier pieces. I say that because they're clothed. He was very hypersexual, and most everything was, well, you can see for yourself. But this is one that I really loved, and it was a small painting. Looked like it was on some sort of masonite, and I decided to just take the opportunity and sketch it. And here we are with my friends, having so much fun. But back where we were sketching, I actually did that in pencil because that's what was allowed at the Frist. But I came home and decided to color it with watercolor. And I started out with some masking fluid, which was a mistake. But the reason why it was a mistake is that is not watercolor painting paper that I'm painting on, and it was impossible to get the masking fluid off. But you learn a lot when you study from the old masters. You see what they choose to include. You see what they choose to not include. You see which rules they honor. And just for fun, I thought I would show you some of the paintings I've done in my travel watercolor journal. This is from the Isle of Palms in South Carolina. And on the trip to Denver to see the Monet exhibit last year. What a lovely, lovely trip. I'll never forget it. And then here is the Picasso. I was unable to get the masking off, so I just used a white pen on top. Always a workaround.